I've always been physical. To have that come to a screeching halt was something I really couldn't live with. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, I was totally a grumpy old man. When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face. If I was face to face with Roger Teeter, I would cry like a baby because what he gave me was my life back. And I thank him. I thank him for that.
You can just tell me in person.
Oh, God. Thank you, sir. I didn't know you were going to be here.
I love my job, and it's because of testimonies like yours. I wrecked my back, and Inversion changed my life. This is not a gimmick. We're not just selling product. We're selling a changed lifestyle.
Yes.
So many people have written off their ability to move freely because of old age. No, it's the long-term effects of gravity combined with lifestyle, posture, and a whole lot of other things. Teeter's a way to fight back against that.
I can't thank you enough.
He's brought the smile back on people's faces because over 2.5 million Teeter tables have been sold here at HSN alone. Why? People that have been robbed of their quality of life, people that are sitting home and they just feel their back is getting worse and worse. The pain is real and it's keeping you from living your fullest, best life. Well, we have a solution for you. We're gonna make you feel a lot better. There is a world-class difference to this inversion table that you just don't find out there. Not only is this one FDA registered to really address those symptoms of that very painful back, not only is this one 85% assembled when you get home, but you're also getting in just 3 to 5 minutes a day, real relief. It's not just a Band-Aid on, you know, whatever it is you're feeling. You're getting real relief from stretching, from inverting, from decompressing that back. And of course, he's decompressing already. This is the co-founder of the Teeter inversion tables, of course. Roger Teeter's hanging upside down, but you don't have to go all the way inverted to get that relief. Of course, Riley Teeter, his daughter, vice president, is here as well. Roger, you've delivered people's lives back with just a simple 3 to 5 minutes
starting
a day.
with my changed life. That's what motivated me, you know, to start this business with my wife in 1981 in the garage. But I love my job, and there's so many things that keep happening, like FDA has cleared it as a Class 1 medical device. That was just 2 years ago. And it says, FDA said Teeter is indicated for 10 common causes of back pain. Some of them very serious. Back pain in general, sciatica, that's a pinched nerve. Spinal degenerative joint disease, that's the same as osteoarthritis. Spinal curvature due to tight muscles, muscle tension, also herniated discs, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm, you know.
Right? And that's just the first page, right? I mean, it goes on and on.
Well, and you know, those, if you know anything about those various back pain problems, you know they're caused by different things. It can be pinched nerves, be misalignments. It can be tight muscles that pull the spine into curvature. But Teeter deals with all of them because it relieves back pain 4 different ways. First of all, when you decompress, you elongate. You elongate 1 to 2 inches, all those joints opening up, you get a pinched nerve, you take the pressure off. Less pressure is less pain.
That's right.
You know, and all right, well here, let's look at this. As you invert, the first thing you're gonna notice is those stressed out shoulder muscles. As they relax, your body is going to elongate. You'll see that spine straightening a little bit. There it is, a little bit of, that could be a cause of back pain. But here's a big one, decompressing the joints. You have a pinched nerve, take the pressure off. Less pressure is less pain. And so 4 different ways. The 4th way is helping the disc to rehydrate, to pick up nutrition and to pick up the moisture that it's lost during the day. Because as during the day, you get shorter as your discs lose moisture. We're gonna get into that in some more detail later. But when you invert, it encourages those discs to rehydrate, to pick up their original or morning height. and also to bring nutrition in to keep them healthy and flexible.
And that's what inversion, I mean, this is not a new science, Roger. I mean, this is almost proven to go ahead and give you real relief.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, invented by Hippocrates 400 BC because the Greeks had back pain problems for the same reason we do. Too much sitting, weak muscles, and stress. It's our lifestyle in any successful society that generates the back pain.
And that's it. And millions of Americans suffering from that back pain. It's robbing the quality of your life. This is one simple purchase you make. And let me tell you, it's not like the other inversion tables out there in retail. This one is the only one UL tested for safety. Okay, this is the only one that comes 85% assembled. This is the only one with a 5-year warranty. I mean, you're offering world-class difference on your FitSpine here.
And a lot of people look at, you know, there's so many tables with our success. There's a lot of copies out there, and they do look alike, but they use the wrong steel. You know, we use high carbon steels, heat treated and key components. That's the reason Teeter is the only brand.
Only one.
That meets the standards set by Underwriters Laboratory, UL, and it's safety certified, and it couldn't possibly pass those tests, which are very tough, unless it used high carbon steels, heat treated, and Teeter's the only brand that does it.
So do you want to take us on the tour of the table? Because right now you're going to get your FitSpine, okay, $120, over $120 savings. You get our most amount of months to pay it off with 6 months to pay it off. That's less than $2 a day on your favorite credit card for the next 6 months. And you get everything, and it's pretty much 85% fully assembled. No other table does that either, Roger.
No, absolutely. In fact, I hate assembly. And I'll show you very briefly how that does come out of the box. First of all, this part with all these small parts, fully assembled out of the box. Could you hold that? All right, the bed, same thing, fully assembled out of the box. Yes, you have to put the 3-hole hinges on, but they simply snap in place, and they're also an adjustment. They give you 3 settings depending on how responsive the table is. The A-frame, fully assembled. I want you, it just snaps together. A-frame's fully assembled, and that spreader arms are on. The preset angle strap is on all 4 corner feet. The only thing you really have to assemble are these 2 handles, which are 3 screws and 1 machine bolt. And then there's a couple of bolts related to packing.
That's right.
Just packing.
But the only one certified for safety, Roger, which really gives us that peace of mind. And, you know, when you read up on inversion, I mean, countless articles about what the benefits are. And so for those people that are new to inversion, we want to invite you in to become part of the show. If you have any questions for Roger, for Riley, now's the time to call. It's 1-866-376-8255. Roger, you're going to take us through all the basics. I know we have abbreviated presentation here, but we're on our way, and you're going to have that real relief. This is natural and non-invasive.
And not only do you get the relief of back pain, which is the main reason people buy it, but that's just the beginning. Relief of stress, improving circulation, flexibility, so important when you're my age, helping to correct posture, stretching and relaxing, and helping you keep your original body shape. Okay, let's run through.
The spine is aging. The spine is right, the aging spine. We'll talk about that later.
Absolutely. This is a way to fight back.
Okay.
So we have comfort dial foot platforms, big shoes, small shoes. These foot clamps, 3 generations, 3 sets of tooling. We have a hard backing, which gives you the physical security, and then a very thick foam padding to secure the ankles very comfortably. And in fact, it's twice the surface area as before. The Comfort Track bed design, I am so proud of this. I'm an engineer, and I love this design because we listen to you. And if you read the reviews, and please do, we're practically all 5 stars, but there was one thing it kept repeating: I wish the table was more comfortable. Well, you can't put padding like foam on this table because you need this decompression surface. Your body has to slide to elongate.
Right, that's right.
So what we did was we re-engineered it completely. We lifted the table. You can see this clearance here. We lifted the bed off the frame and suspended it on 8 points. So it's a floating 8-point suspension. And when you actually sit on it, look, you'll sink in an inch and a half. And as a plus, it also floats with you, you know, as you rotate. Huge plus. The lumbar bridge, has a real plus because especially if you set it low. I like to put it low, not really in the center of the curvature, but low, and it's kind of, as my daughter says, kind of a butt bump, because it grabs your seat and squares your hips.
Yeah, and you need that.
That is so important. You want to square your hips before you add the decompression, and then the acupressure nodes, there's actually 8 of them.
Yeah, you get those
2
included.
of each of 4 sides, and these are the thumbs that would push on those knots and can massage back and forth.
Oh, that feels so good. But
and
Roger,
so traction handles, I'll demonstrate those, but these allow you to put additional traction even at a shallow angle, so that as though you were in full inversion.
and that's the thing. I think people think, oh, I have to hang full on upside down to get relief. No, you know what? In as little as 3 minutes a day, you're gonna get that relief. And you only have to go, what, 20%, Roger, to start feeling the relief?
Yeah, you get to me. In fact, the way you do it, it's a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Those numbers are right here. So first of all, you set your height. I've got, my height is already set here. It's in inches and centimeters. Then you set this strap that allows you to set the maximum angle, so it won't go any further than that.
I love that.
That's a, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think
step
that
in.
people think it's a big commitment. Am I really gonna hang upside down? No, you don't have to hang completely upside down to get the relief of inversion, and you only need to commit to 3 minutes a day. We could do that. And you know what? Roger and I were talking, our very own Colleen Lopez, that's one of her secrets. I know our very own Andrew Lessman. These are people that are really into the knowledge, the science of anti-aging, of feeling better, of that relief. Remember, this is natural and non-invasive, so we invite you to take a chance today. If you really are sick and tired of feeling that pain, of feeling like it's robbed you of your life, try it today. It's $54 on any debit or credit card. This price break is only while Roger and Riley are here for the FitSpine. We've got doctor testimonials as well I want you to listen to. Take a listen to this and place your order. I'm telling you, so many reviewers have said, I can't believe I didn't buy this sooner. Best purchase ever. Take a listen to this.
So when you decompress, there is a lengthening of the spine. And by doing so, with a greater disc height, you've got more room for the nerves. There's less compression with the facet joints. And the spine is just much happier.
For the past 53 years, I've been a neurosurgeon with a major interest in chronic pain and dealing with many patients with back pain. Most patients tell me if they use their Teeter inversion table on a regular basis, they simply feel much better. No one has to do anything to you, and I think it's a very natural way to deal with the problem.
I am so honored that we have really highly qualified doctors. Dr. Long is the head of neurosurgery at a prominent university, one of the largest in the United States, for 35 years. He is nationally nationally renowned, uses inversion personally and is in own practice.
Yeah, and that's just it. It's not just a gimmick or selling product. People have studied inversion for years. Let me tell you, Roger has been in the inversion industry for more than 35, and you know what? His table is the only one certified for safety. His table is the only one with a 5-year warranty. His is the only one that's FDA registered to address those symptoms of back pain. And his is the only one that comes 85% assembled, which if you've ever thought about this, just thinking about how am I gonna do this is a nightmare. So I invite you to try today. You can place your order 634-808. And Roger, you're feeling that relief right now. I mean, it's no fair. I need to get on that.
Right, and these traction handles are also unique to Teeter because you can set the tether strap, at any angle you're comfortable with, and then use arm force to further decompress your body as though you were in full inversion. So you've got the best of both worlds. You can also, of course, as you get used to it, you'll be surprised how easy it is to go to more inversion. Oh, not so easy to unhook it while you're on it, though. There we are. Okay, but what I'd like you to do, the greater the angle, the greater the decompression.
Look at that.
Don't rush. You don't need to even go this far, but this is the angle I'd like you to work up to. It depends on whether you're doing it for stress relief. You don't need to go beyond a very shallow angle. But if you've got one of those serious things that FDA said Teeter is cleared for, you're going to want to invert more frequently and hopefully to a little more angle. This is the target angle. You'll know you're there because this grip allows you to pull and push your body and stretch. Full inversion, you don't need to go there. because, but it does give you a lot more flexibility. You know, even you've got a new elongated body that you can do more with because it is so much more flexible when it's decompressed.
And you know, to think for less than $2 a day right now, right? Next, $54 on any debit or credit card, you are gonna get real relief. It is non-invasive relief. It is real relief, not I think it works. I mean, tons of research, tons of doctors on board, 2.5 million tables, inversion tables, right here from Roger and his family sold. Why? Because this is the real thing. This is not a gimmick. This is not I think it works. This is relief for thousands and thousands of people. And so how is your lifestyle affecting your back? I know we've got the Nachemsen study ready.
Yes,
that's really fascinating.
This is a study done at Gothenburg University a number of years ago in Sweden, and it's in a lot of textbooks. A number of volunteers permitted a pressure sensor, that bright light, that's the location of a pressure sensor, surgically implanted. And as a baseline for everybody in the study, it was set at whatever that reading was standing up, it's set at 100%. You see it up in the upper right-hand corner. And then compared to the pressure readings in other body positions. Bend over, it doubles, but you knew that. You knew you have to be careful bending over. Did you know that? Take a weight off your muscles and dump it on your back. 50% higher load in good posture. There's your formula for back pain.
Oh my gosh.
That's the way most people end up in front of a computer. 2.5 times the loads of standing. It's our lifestyle. You know, throw in stress, you know, and weaker muscles because most of us don't exercise enough. And you've got the back pain problem. Now, even this last 25% goes to bed with you. It's not caused by gravity. It's caused by the construction of the spine. Lots of ligaments, 140 muscles in 4 layers, 2 layers. They stabilize the spine, very important, but they hold it in background compression like rubber bands.
And Roger, I mean, you created this for a reason. I mean, because I want whatever you're having, right? I'm like, look at this man, how tall, how straight, how amazing you are, how full of energy. You got your life back from inversion too, because it was, you know, out of necessity, right?
Well, I wrecked my back 40 years ago. And when I say wrecked, on worst days, I actually couldn't even get out of bed. I had to get on the floor, crawl hands and knees into the shower to get hot water on my back just to be able to stand up. I tried everything to get relief. Nothing really worked until I tried inversion. The relief I got was temporary, but it lasted longer and was more effective than anything else I tried. And by doing it on a regular basis, every time I did it, the relief was a little longer and a little longer, and until for now 35 years, I've been virtually pain-free, and I'm able to.
And you're amazing. I mean, you look better than me. I mean, you're in better shape than
I mean, just being able to keep up with the grandkids. I love water skiing. I'm back in the slalom course. In fact, I hope to go snow skiing next Tuesday.
Oh, that's amazing. Hey, for today, or while this visit, while Roger and Riley are here, this is over $120 savings. This is normally HSN price, $450.95. We brought it to $329. You don't have to pay that up front. In fact, why shop from HSN? There are many reasons. FlexPay is one of the biggest ones. If you've always wanted the FitSpine inversion table, now is your chance. FlexPay is an easy, free, and convenient way to break your purchase down into monthly payments. You always have that confidence because HSN has a 30-day return policy. And finally, you can shop wherever you are, whenever you are, with our HSN app, which is also free to download. Easy returns are making it easy for you. As it says, you literally peel and stick the label, and you pretty much have the instructions on how to send that back. But you know, it's shopping with peace of mind. It's knowing that this table, this inversion table, does not compare to the other ones. Why? It's the only one with that FDA registered to address those symptoms of back pain. It's the only one that's safety certified by the Underwriters Laboratory, the UL certification that is so valuable. It's the only one that comes 85% assembled. And look, if you have that back pain, if you have these symptoms, Roger, FDA registered, the only one.
Yeah, that's what they recommend. Sciatica, you know, that's a pinched nerve. That's one of the most common causes of back pain. How about herniated discs and degenerative joint disease? That's the same as osteoarthritis. You know, when you have back pain, you're not sure which of those things is causing it.
Right.
But what are your options? I mean, the most common option is just covering up the symptom. Your back's still screaming, you just can't hear it. What good is that? Teeter deals naturally with the cause at the source and does it in just
That's right.
3
and
to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes a day. I keep saying that because even in my mind, I was like, oh, it's a big commitment. 3 to 5 minutes a day. I mean, you can brush your teeth faster than you're on, you know, your teeter. So at the end of the day, 3 minutes is the only commitment I have to do. You don't have to fully hang upside down. You're gonna get everything today. Your FitSpine X3, you will get your 8 acupressure nodes, you'll get your lumbar bridge, your little butt bump there that Roger mentioned to square you off and get you right. And remember, it's 85% assembled, so you've done all the work for us.
And you know, I actually forgot to mention the most important upgrade, and that's this Easy Reach handle. This is actually a medical grade device. And it's when people with back pain, they don't want to bend over to the small locking pin. And this has precision micro adjustments for super comfort.
This might be the best purchase you've ever made with us at HSN. And I can't say that for everything I present here. We really mean it. You can read the reviews. They're there right now on hsn.com. I know we've got another testimonial from a doctor as well. I think it's Dr. Tance that we've got
another
available.
Nationally recognized doctor. He's a senior orthopedic surgeon at a Trauma One Center in San Diego.
And then I'm getting on. Let's do it.
The discs that sit here are like shock absorbers we have on the car. So when you get up in the morning, you may be 6'1". When you go to bed at night, you're actually about 6'1½". You lose 1/4 to 1/2 inch of height as these shock absorbers get squeezed and the water comes out of them. Then when you're asleep, they rehydrate. One of the advantages, I think, of Roger's device is that you can do this during the day, too, and give yourself kind of a break from the constant pressure on your back and on these shock absorbers to allow them to rehydrate by taking all the pressure off and letting them have some freedom. People that get on a standard routine and do it again and again do far better than people that go for 3 weeks of therapy and then re-injure again in a year, go for 3 weeks therapy. A daily routine, which is what Roger's recommending, I think is a very good way of getting your back in great shape so that as we stay vertical for our lives, we don't start breaking down later on.
And that's the thing, you know, I don't want you to be afraid and say, I'm too old to be hanging upside down. I don't want to, Roger, I mean, is this for a certain age? I mean, is there a cap on
I'll be
anything?
81 this year. So, you know, it absolutely changed my life. It's allowed me to do the things that I love to do and keep up with the grandkids, and that's a challenge. But I wanted to point out 2 things that Dr. Tance said. One, it's a maintenance program. You know, keep that youthful function. Even if your back isn't hurting yet, you want to keep it. You don't wait for the wrinkles to develop before you decide I'm going to take care of my skin. Yeah. You know better. You want to keep that youthful look and you start early. You want to keep that youthful function, that youthful flexibility, that youthful gait. Don't give away your age by how you move. You know, start Teeter as a regular maintenance program. The other thing is that Dr. Tance pointed out is these dark lines, these are discs. They're fluid-filled shock absorbers, and they're constantly changing their fluid content. When you get up in the morning, your own body weight starts to squeeze moisture out of these, and you become actually shorter. Every one of these discs lose moisture, and that's a big deal because all the communication of the brain to all the parts of the body are through these nerves. And so if you have a thin disc, or misaligned disc or something, it causes pressure on a nerve, you're interfering with communication to a critical part of your body. If it's down your leg, you'll feel pain, or your shoulder down your pain, but it could be to an organ or something where you don't really necessarily feel anything. So you want to keep these nerves clear. When you invert and relax, all these joints open up, and then the discs rehydrate. And when they're under low pressure, they rehydrate much faster than just lying down. In fact, when you're in bed, it takes a long time, all 8 hours for your disc to rehydrate. Inverting accelerates the hydration, gives you more clearance for your disc, and fights back against the harmful compression of the body by gravity. I'm going to show you the aging spine, and then we're going to...
That's a real thing.
Yeah,
the aging spine is a real thing, and you see it. And my grandmother used to joke, I'm getting shorter with time. You do? Yeah. This figure's not gaining weight, but he sure is losing height and changing body shape. And when you lose height, you bulge out in the center.
you still have the same amount of mass, it just gets a compression wrinkle in the waistline. But the big deal is not just the loss in figure, it's the fact that height loss is in the soft tissue of the joints. That's where your flexibility is, your shock absorption, the ability to garden, to have a life, to keep up with the grandkids, to do the thing. What would you be doing now that you're not doing because your back is hurting or joints are hurting?
And by the way, this is not just for people that are literally experiencing back pain, back issues. I mean, people have turned to the Teeter FitSpine for relaxation, for stretching, just for feeling that it's like better than a cup of coffee. I remember the first time I inverted, and I didn't even go all the way, and I felt it, and I swear you will feel it in that first 3 minutes. Remember today, it's over $120 off. You do have our most amount of flex payments, so 6 is the most we do. So for $54, we will send it out to you. It's 85% assembled, and you get to really get that real relief, not a gimmick, not a Band-Aid, but we're getting to the source of the problem. So Roger,
I set it on your height.
Through. If I'm just getting on it, I am 5'4", perfect.
Okay, and I'll put this strap and reset that angle. You're comfortable with that?
Yeah, I am.
All right, super. And then the last thing, of course, is clamping your feet. So you step in. It's easy if you step all the way over.
Okay.
And then enter heel first, not toe first.
I always have trouble paying attention.
No,
heel first.
Yeah, heel first. There we go.
Yeah.
No, on top. No, put on top of the. There we go.
There you go. Okay, heel first.
Yeah, on top, foot on top of the pad. There we go.
There we go.
And then you can push. You don't need to push the button. You just pull it towards you.
However, that's it.
Click, 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 click. And you just make it snug.
And by the way, those pads feel really good too because they've got all that cushion, which is nice.
Right. And okay, now have the spotter. I'll take the lumbar bridge out because you're.
Because I have all the mic packs. I'm like a robot here. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that with the mic packs.
Perfect. I feel good.
Okay, so I'm going to hold the bed, make sure we got it balanced right, and then you lean back. And just the fact you just lifted off is an indication it is balanced right. So you can bring up one arm and then the other one slowly, and maybe wiggle back a little bit. Look at that. Total control.
Oh my gosh, that's my mic. That wasn't my back cracking. That's amazing.
Well, and what's happening now, she has progressive decompression. That means every weight-bearing joint is being decompressed by exactly the same weight that it normally has to carry. You know, so it's a big deal. You may be targeting a specific issue that you're trying to deal with, but every weight-bearing joint is being benefited, and it doesn't stop there. Look at those rosy cheeks. She's getting an oxygen wash. In fact, Colleen's...
Like, you can take it away. That's her secret. I knew she had something up her sleeve. Well, she looks so good.
What she says, you know, she said, every time I come up from inversion, it feels like I just had a facial. Gives you that kind of tingly feeling. Doing it immediately before bed, get rid of the stress. And in my case, I do it for, believe it or not, only 1 minute first thing in the morning because I sleep kind of curled up. And to get on the table, and it just stretches me out, puts my head back on my shoulders. I'm standing tall, and